Hi guys, it's Sir John Linux here. It's the 29th of November 2010 and well, I was fiddling with something here and I decided to make a video out of it there. I got myself a Nexus there recently. At this point they're used there obviously because they don't make them anymore, or at least they don't make them to buy unlocked. You have to go to a provider. But what I had before is this Samsung Spica. Now I'm in Canada, and the Samsung Spica is held by the Rogers carrier. And well, I've been thinking about doing it there for a while, but I was a little weary about doing it because I needed it for my emails there, and I didn't want to mess it up there. I guess I was just a little afraid. But I figured, hey, since I've got the ability to now change it over there, like I can basically just change over to the Nexus. I got a little guinea pig here to play with, and that is what I'm gonna do, and that's what I did actually, and now I want to show you. So here we go. We're gonna do this here and make myself a little bit easier for me to function here. Yeah, it doesn't hold very much. So let's see what we can do here. So this, I'm going to boot it up and you guys are going to you see something pretty awesome. It's booting on the Android. And we're going to see something rather amusing and familiar for those of you who have owned a certain cell phone out there. Yeah, that looks like the Nexus 1 load animation that you see when you load up a Nexus 1. Sorry, flares in the way. Takes a moment to boot, obviously. And it was originally running 1.5 of the Android, because that's what Rogers gave with it. Now, I don't know, I think I heard that they did have an update, and I tried to actually apply it there, but it wouldn't work there, so I could not update it to 2.1 using Rogers download files. Anyway, as you can see, it is running currently on, I can't even pronounce that thing, CyanoGenMod, and basically the public version 2.2 of Android. Okay, and right now it's running off of an alpha version. This is alpha quality software. It's marked 7.3. And at this point in time, I just realized there is a 7.4, so I will try and update this to version 7.4 later on. And right now, I have tested it. Calls work. Version 2.1 of the official firmware from Samsung is pretty quick, and this one seems to be decent considering. What I like about it versus the Samsung is that it'll flip any sense. Like Samsung, it would either be this side here, or this side. It'll rotate. But if you do it this way, it won't do it. I haven't even tried underneath there. I don't know if it'll detect that one. So it'll rotate 3 ways. I don't know why this doesn't like this side. Okay, no big deal. But it's still more interesting to have 3 ways there. I've tried the internet. It works. I can synchronize my emails with Gmail. It is version 2.2. I haven't tried on an Exchange server yet. I have access to one. I should try it actually at one point. But this is still a pretty cool update. I still say that it needs work though, and let's see. But the pictures, showing pictures on it, is pretty decent. It's pretty sweet. See? Loading. Pinching works, which is a plus. Yours truly. So this works pretty well. I don't have any videos to try on this right now, but maybe it's worth a shot getting one at some point. And the wallpapers obviously will work. The live wallpapers. I will try the always. Just takes a moment to kick in, I've noticed there. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't go through. Let's try it again. Worked the last time. So what happened here? Did it crash? Let's see something up there. There we go. Now we got it. Alpha quality software, remember. But it does work. And it does do things a little bit, not quite the way I expected. Like there, here it worked here. I wasn't doing it earlier. So that's good. Now I'm on the Fido network there, but they're shared by Rogers, so it does work. But for some reason there, like when I was using the 1.5 version, or the even the 2.1 version that I loaded at before, because I had to load 2.1 before I could put 2.2, it would say Fido. Now it's saying Rogers Wireless instead. I'm not sure if it's a setting that's missing there, but so now you see what it can do. So now you see that it works there, and it's a Canadian phone. That's the reason I wanted to show it, because I know other people have done it there, but I've seen sorry, I've seen somebody update their Samsung Spica on the Canadian phone to 2.1. So this is 2.2 CyanoGen version. So maybe I'll find out how to pronounce it one day. And I wanted to show you that it is possible to do it on the Canadian phone. This is still locked to Rogers as far as I can tell. I haven't tested it on anybody else on any network outside of Rogers or Fido. So I don't know if it'll work on like TELUS or any of the other providers there. Let's see, what else can I do with this thing that's worth mentioning? Obviously it's got all the applications. I can go to the marketplace. I did notice, here's some of the cons there about it. I did notice some of the apps are not in there. Like they want to use this web browser called Skyfire. I kind of like it here, and I could not find it to download off of the Android market. Another thing that I noticed is the camera. I do prefer the camera on the Spica official 2.1 firmware. So I'm hoping that they'll update that to something more interesting in the near future. I can show you real quick there the camera. Two problems I noticed with it there is that it's showing it in black and white here. The pictures are being shown in black and white, even though it does take the picture in color. Okay. I haven't even tried a video, to be honest there. I just realized I didn't ever bother. Okay. Oops. See, it took the picture in color. I don't know if you can see it very well. Sorry, the lighting is not the best. Let's see what we can do. Go back to the camera. Okay. Somehow I'm not used to 2.2 firmware yet, so still learning the quirks. But I mostly did this to dabble with it because I had the opportunity. Okay, so now I'm recording. I won't do a very long recording here. Let's see if I can play it. It'd be nice to see a playback of. So it is playing back okay. It's kind of hard to tell from the camera, but there's color on this, I assure you. Another problem I've noticed is YouTube does not work on it. So at least I've tried, and it just, you hear the sound but you don't see anything. 2.1 you will have YouTube, so if that's something that's important, an upgrade is not a good idea at this time. Let's see what else we can do with this thing that you would do. One thing I like about this version of the Droid is that I've been playing some. I tried to play it there. Now I'm thinking maybe it's just a setting that I didn't discover there in the official Samsung versions there that's making it not flip on each side when I rotate. But you know, it's like time, like everything else, you gotta play with these things to figure it out. I have been able to text message with it, so that's not a problem. So I'm trying. Sound doesn't sound great on the emulator. Haven't tried. Let you get an idea of what I'm trying to show you here. Sorry, it's kind of hard to like see everything while I'm fiddling with this thing. So this is the idea. This is basically a showing of what you can do with how you can update the Spica. And the reason I was showing this to you is to show that Canadians can upgrade their Spica even if they're locked. I believe this one was still locked. It was given to me in its original state, like with the Rogers logo. So I'm pretty sure it was still locked at the time. And if people watch this video and tell me they are interested, I could try and do a tutorial, but so that people can see how I did it there and how to update it themselves. So if you're interested, guys, rate the video, let me know what you think, and if you're especially if you're interested in seeing me do a tutorial on how I updated it from 1.5 to 2.1 and then from 2.1 to 2.2 here. And hope maybe by the time I do the I do the tutorial, maybe there will be a version of this CyanoGen 2.2 that works very well there, that better there than this thing, because it's got a few, like I said, a few cons on it that makes it not worth it depending on what you do with your phone there, like YouTube. It's not worth it. So thank you for listening, and please put some comments there and tell me if it's worth making a tutorial.